Hey guys, today we want to talk about RAM cache. So first of all, let's understand we have the CPU here, we have RAM here, and we have our hard drive. Okay. Now all of your games and programs are stored on the hard drive, and then we put them in the RAM when we want to actually use them. The problem with RAM is that RAM is kind of a slow product. I mean, the CPU, it wants to go. It's like a racehorse. It wants to go, but by the very nature it has to interact with RAM, RAM slows it down. Now, before we get too far, let's not forget, we talked about RAM. We referred to it in another video as DRAM, and then when we enhance DRAM, we call that SDRAM. And then when we actually evolved SDRAM, we kind of gave it a short term, DDR2 and then 3 and 4, and today we actually have DDR5 as well. These all refer to RAM. Now, well, here's what happened. The computer scientists said, hey, let's create a new piece of special memory called cache between RAM and the CPU, even before this cache here was invented. So they put this cache here, and they put the most commonly used instructions of your program here. And the CPU would first check with this, and if it wasn't there, then it would go here. Now, what did that do? Remember the CPU, it wants to be a racehorse, it wants to fly, but when it interacts with RAM, it's sort of slow. Well, this cache is faster. So when it's interacting with cache, okay, it's going pretty good. And if it can't find the instruction here in level 3 cache, it has to go down to RAM, and that will slow it up. Well, what's the deal with this cache? We call this cache SRAM, not to be confused with any of these terms down here. SRAM. And SRAM is physically much bigger than regular RAM, and it's much, much more expensive. Well, computer scientists were pretty happy with this. They called this cache level 3. And ultimately what happened is they created 2 more levels and they put them on the CPU chips themselves, level 2 and level 1. So the CPU first looks at level 1, okay, which is smaller than level 2. Then if it can't find the instruction in level 1, it goes to level 2. If it can't find it there, it goes to level 3. If it can't find it there, it goes back to RAM. So you can see each different level of cache actually allows the machine to work faster. Now let me just say this. Level 2 cache is smaller than level 3, and level 1 cache is much smaller than level 2. So you have to sort of understand that. We may be talking about level 1, 512K, right? Level 2 may be a megabyte. Level 3 may be 2 megabytes. I mean, we're talking really small. When your entire RAM is 16 gigabytes, we're talking small stuff here for our cache. The other thing I want you to know is this, as far as speed, this level 3 is twice as fast as normal RAM. Level 2 is twice as fast as level 3, and level 1 is twice as fast as level 2. So you can see how the idea of putting the most commonly used instructions for a program or game into your caches really speeds up how the computer works. Now, once again, don't forget, SRAM is what we use to refer to cache, and these other terms down here are what we use to refer to RAM. SRAM is physically bigger than regular RAM and much more expensive. That's why you can't make your whole computer out of SRAM instead of using these normal RAM components. They just would force the machine to be way too expensive. So now I hope you can see how cache helps us really speed up how a computer works.